Okay, so on to page 2 and 3 now. So this is going to be a double page again. From now on, they're all going to be the same on both sides. So this one, I'm going to be using the Cool Katz belly band. So this is the walrus one. So I've used the walrus flip flap, so that all ties in. I'll be using the walrus whiskers later on as well. So if you've got one of the whisker dies, try and match your other accessories to that one, so then you get a nice flow through your album. So I've used some of the scrap card as well. I'm also going to use the largest of the photo slots, the curved photo slots, just to add interest as well. So there's going to be a large pocket. So if I move page 3 out the way for now and just focus on page 2. So this is my page opening on my right. So that arrow helps me know which way. So I'm going to need one piece of black card, which is 7.5, which is the width of my page. And I've gone 5 1/4 down. I've then cut my 8 by 8 to be 7 3/8 wide, and I've cut, I think, 5 inches, but you could do even less than that actually. So I've done it 5 inches. So that doesn't give me an even edge. If you're not going to do the belly band, you'll have to measure what size your pocket is. But because my belly band is going to come and hide that anyway, I've just given some extra paper for the top. So whatever was left over from my 8 by 8 is here. And that is going to get glued straight onto the top of my page. So I don't mind what length or what drop it is, because it's going to hide underneath my pocket. Okay, just be careful because you have got those bits underneath. So press it from the front, otherwise you get a bow. And then we're going to cut our belly band die out of my cardstock. You'll notice my cardstock is longer than my die. Okay, so I've already cut it. Now this die is already 8 inches long, so it's plenty long enough for my album today. But if you did want it longer, the ends are not cut, so you can extend it however far you want. And then you also get the matching layering die. So that's not the piece I want to keep. This is the piece I want to keep, which will fit perfectly inside there. So I've cut this from the waist from page 1 and 8. And that's all I've done is cut on the opposite side, so I've got a nicer matching piece. So it was already cut to 7 3/8. So I just worked out where the middle of my paper was. I just folded it in half. And these dies have got a little notch. So I just lined up the notch with my halfway point. And I knew then each side would be equal. So I'm just going to glue this now onto my belly band. Now you also get, I haven't got them with me now, 2 little dies as well, which you can put a little top in the middle of this. But I felt that this is already patterned enough. And cut off each end in line with the paper. And now that will be the same length as my paper there. So I could have just stuck this on as a pocket, but we've got this big space here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the corner slots. I'm going to just put everything in place so I can position this. So there's my halfway. This has got a notch as well. So I'm just going to position it about there. Take some low tack tape. Send it through my machine. And these are great if you've got some really patterned papers, but you want to do something, but you don't want to hide the papers. You can barely see them. So that gives you an option later on if you want to use the photo corners or leave them as they are. So I've cut out then the matching piece. This then you can actually cut your photos straight out and you know they're going to fit into the photo corners. But I've cut one because I'm going to actually put it into place before I glue it down. So that means then I've trained the paper ready for photos, and I know to avoid where the paper cardstock's coming through. So that'll stay in place now until the whole thing is dried. So I'm lining it up at the bottom. Remember, the top won't look right, but don't worry about that because it's going to be hidden. So that's going to stay there now. So as it dries, it'll keep those up. Now, when you come to glue your belly band, make sure you don't put, I've put glue there now, on the top part of the decorative bit. Otherwise, it's going to stick to your main page. So I've just lined my belly band up. So that gives it a really nice decorative edge to my pocket. And I'm just going to put glue along the bottom and the two short sides. That belly band's a good clue not to glue there. And again, remember we've got that bulk on the back, so I'm actually going to press it from the front. And we've got a nice pouch or pocket, so that notelet I cut out from the start can fit in. You can have it over, you can have it inside. So let's just do my other one. Just leaving that blackboard, make sure I get rid of that glue. And so this was a really easy page, and I've only used 2 pieces of my 8x8 and a scrap from another page for the belly band. So it's quite easy and doesn't use a lot of your supplies. And there we are. There's page 2 and 3. So you can see the album's coming together pretty quick now. So now we've got page 4 and page 5 ready to go. So I'm going to grab everything ready for these ones and see you in a bit.